How's it going, you guys? It's Scott with Everyday Home Repairs. Now I want to help you address one of the biggest areas that we lose heat in our homes throughout the winter months, and this can cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars per year. Now the good news is you can address this in your whole home, or maybe you just have one room with a lot of windows. That room is always cold and uncomfortable. This can be the solution for that room without doing any major updates. Now to demonstrate this, let's use this FLIR thermal imaging camera in the end of my iPhone and take a look at this window here to show that temperature differential that's sucking heat out of the room, and then we'll talk about how to fix it. So take a look at the window. It's a 4-foot by 5-foot window. It's about 53 to 54 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wall surface right next to it is 64 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. So how do we address this and make this 20 square feet less of a delta where it'll suck heat out of the room? So what I'm going to use is just a Frost King. This has been around for decades and decades, and it's their window insulation kit. Specifically, this is just double-sided tape and some very thin plastic that when heat is applied to it, it will shrink down and become very taut or tight to the surface, getting rid of all the wrinkles. Now you'll see links in the description for a few different sizes. What you want to do is just measure out your windows to make sure you're getting the correct size. The window behind me is 62 inches by 72 inches. So this kit that I have is for very large windows. So it's 62 inches by 210 inches. That means I'll just be able to cut down one of the 2 packs that comes in this kit and then fit it up to the window behind me. But first up, I'm going to use some 70% ISP or isopropyl alcohol to prep the trim. And this will make sure that that double-sided tape adheres to our window trim. It doesn't come loose over time. Now you want to identify where you want the double-sided tape to go. I'm going to go right on that inside corner of my trim. So I'll put a little bit of the 70% on the shop towel, and then I'll just start to clean off any of the dirt, debris, or grime from that exact location where I want the double-sided tape. Then once I'm done one round, I'll do the dry side and then just do one round cleaning everything off. The kit's super simple. Depending on which one you get, you're gonna have different number of packs and different sizes. Here I have 2 packs, each being 62 inches by 210 inches, and then a large roll of that double-sided tape. So I'll start off by taking the double-sided tape, and then I'll do each side separately. I'll apply this bottom side and then use my scissors and cut it to length, and then I'll make sure I'm close with no gap at each of those corners to make sure that the plastic doesn't come loose at the corners once we start to shrink everything up and pull it tight. And then just run your fingers along, making sure the double-sided tape is adhered to your trim before pulling off the backing here, exposing the adhesive side. And then depending on which kit you have, you might need to cut your plastic to length, or you might not. Maybe you just use one of the packs for each of your windows. Here I'm going to cut this 210 inch piece down to roughly 72 inches. And then we'll take that piece and we'll unfold it. Don't forget, you think you have it all unfolded, and no, it actually is folded in half. So make sure you have it to the full length and width, and you have it in the correct orientation before you start. I like to start in that upper left-hand corner, and then I'll work my way across, trying to get everything tight, but it does not have to be perfect. Next step, we'll get everything absolutely tight. Here we just want to make sure the plastic is secured to the double-sided tape and that there's no gaps or no issues where we don't have a good bond with the double-sided tape. Once you have that all done, it's going to look something like this. It's going to be somewhat loose, but it's tight all the way around. And then that's when we're going to bring in our hair dryer, or here I have a heat gun. Again, starting up in that upper left-hand corner, and then I'll work my way across and down. And you'll see those wrinkles start to dissipate and go away as the plastic starts to shrink or tighten up. You'll see it here in a closer look down in this corner, where you just kind of work your way across, applying the heat evenly until you get a nice tight finished product where it's pretty much crystal clear and you can barely even tell it's there. Now to finish it off, I just use a sharp razor blade. You could just use scissors if you want, and then I just trim off the excess. Some people leave the excess. It's up to you. It just depends on how much of a fit and finish look you want for your final product. So now once it's completed, I took that same FLIR thermal imaging camera. The temperature outside is actually a little bit bit cooler, a few degrees down, and I gained 6 degrees on the plastic compared to the window before, and the wall has went up a couple degrees, but we are already getting a gain. Now you will get big gains if you have very old windows where you have wooden sashes and you have air drafts, leaks, actually drafts coming in your home. That's where you get huge gains by putting this plastic up and really sealing that off. Additionally, you want to know where do you want those blinds, right? We do not have access to the blinds anymore. One tip, if you want to sacrifice a little privacy but let some sunlight in, that will then turn this airspace into a bit of a greenhouse, warming up the surface and giving you some additional gains in efficiency. So let me know what you guys think. Have you used this product before and what are your results? Also, this is not the only thing that you should be addressing. Don't forget your doors. Now on both sides here in the top, we want to address our weather stripping. Check out this video right here. I'll walk you through how to replace your weather stripping, making sure you're not losing a lot of heat at your door. But don't forget, down at the bottom as well, we have a door seal right at the bottom, or maybe you're using a door sweep. So check out this video right here. I'll walk you through how to replace those and all the different options you have. So thanks for joining me on this video, and we'll catch you on one of those next videos. Take care.